What is this water? Go away. So I'm back up here at Bridgeport again. I've been digging on this for a little bit now, and I've got it to where I need it. I found out what our issue was. So I was digging this way downstream, and I was looking, and if you look inside this pipe, that one doesn't really seem to have that much mud in there. This is an 8-inch tile, you know, 2 inches of dirt is what we planned on having in it anyways. But you come up here a little ways to where all the water started flowing out. Have a look at this. And that is where our issue is. So now the other question is, how much more of this has mud in it? I'd say all the way up. There's about 4 inches of mud in that. So that means we gotta keep digging that way, but I can't because I gotta go. But I just figured I'd show you guys that because that's pretty cool to be able to tell what exactly is going on here. But probably one of the rains had washed a lot of water down this way and pushed a lot of water out. So, but yeah, once I got that opened up a little bit more, all that water took off draining. So that's good. That's a good sign that we don't have another major issue. So now what I've done here is I have taken and ripped that tile out with the mini. We're hoping that with it being ripped out of there, there's enough water up there to flush all that dirt and mud out that's up there, and it's just going to run down there into that tile. But this is why it was plugged right there. Not sure if you can really see that or not. That thing is packed plumb full with mud. So in the meantime, while I've been working over in Bridgeport, the guys here at the farm have been cleaning up equipment, or Xavier and Ross have been. They've been working on cleaning up some of the stuff, getting it ready to be put away. So now what I'm doing is I've got a little slough right here. This one slough runs up through the field kind of straight that way in this ditch here. Well, there's another slough up there that runs into this ditch. Where that slough runs into this ditch, it fills up this ditch, and there's a sewer here that's supposed to let water go out to this side to go down a ditch back into another ditch. So I came over here and I was just kind of walking along with the excavator, and this dirt was in the bottom there and was not letting that water get into there. So I took that out, I dug this out, I got it right there right now. I'm going to move it over to that side and level it out, and then I'm going to pull that dirt out right there to let that water drain out of that slough and hopefully get it all kind of cleaned up over here. Keep this water running, because my best estimate, or my best guess, is that that thing was about to fill up with mud, and as you can see, it's still not completely cleaned out either. So we'll probably go ahead and take and clean it out some more with the bucket on the mini. Pull some more of this dirt up and kind of tuck it back over out of the way. Pull some of this dirt out here, let that water drain down through there. Pull some more dirt out right here where it goes up from where it was washing in. Should have worn my muck boots today, but there was probably about 3 foot of water in here. It was probably about full. It was about to come over top of this ledge here. That's not what you want when you're messing with stuff like this, because that's not good, because then it starts backing up into the field. So where that ditch runs there, it used to run straight across behind this oil well towards the tree line over there, and we had moved it. We filled in the ditch over there and moved it over here, so then that way we could farm the rest of that ground down and not have to have a sewer right here and fold up and everything to get across. And from looking at it, this water levels went up a lot. It shouldn't have went up that much. So my best guess is that there's probably a beaver dam down there, or there's something down there in the way. Also, after looking at this culvert here, I think it needs a new one. It's starting to rust out, and they're starting to get up to a lot of leaks in it. So just as I figured, there is dirt down here stuck in this ditch. It's holding back water, so we're gonna move some dirt out of it like so. This one doesn't have a long enough boom on it though, so we're gonna do what we can. Just kind of throwing it off to the side here, and then we'll smooth it out here in a minute once I get done. Get that water flowing through there, coming out like what it needs to be, so it's not backing up and then causing issues. You can actually see, hold on a second, you can actually see kind of right there where the ditch had filled up and it went over the back there and into the woods and went back that way. We don't want to be flooding somebody else out, so that's something we always got to try to avoid, is flooding out another farmer, because then they can come back and flood us back out. So you got to be careful and know what you're doing with it, kind of. As you can see here, the water flows down a ditch here into a ditch over there, and then out into another big ditch. Clean this up a little bit. So to stick here, okay, it's gonna fall apart on me. Kind of kick it up over there on the side, get it out of the way, go back forward, clean up some of this trash here. And then if you can see that down there, how that ditch kind of curls around a lot. You don't want that. You want it to be a straight shot, so we're going to dig out the spots in there. It's kind of washed off, probably from the ditch banks and stuff. Get it cleaned out. So we haven't had all that too terribly much rain today. I can only imagine what this would do on a inch rain. We haven't had any more over here than probably 2, 3, 4 tenths. So it's not that bad for what we usually get at this farm. So I'd honestly say that it'd be filled all the way up to about there, as full as it could go. So we're gonna try and keep this water flowing out of here. So that's what we want to do. We want to have the water. We want to have water, but we don't want to have too much of it on the farm. That's an issue with this farm because it's so hilly, is that it's got a very high water flow rate. The water flows down these hills and through the valleys and stuff very quick. So we got to watch it and pay very close attention to it, and then come out here and try and fix it like what we're doing, or like what we have been trying to do for the past couple of years over here. And not destroy equipment with trees, like I just about shoved one through the windshield. Okay, so there's an old sewer right here from where there used to be a road at. I'm going to try and take it out because it does not need to be there anymore. We can farm right through it. Hold on a second. Let me finagle this so you guys can see. Yeah, it's basically coming up in 3 pieces. And that is why we don't like metal sewers. Three-way blade. Putting in some work. Whoa. Who needs a bulldozer? Okay, maybe a bulldozer would work better for this, but who needs one? Since it's wet, I'm not going to pack it, because if I try and pack it, then all it's going to do is sink, push it all out. Yeah, I don't want that. So then now we're at a spot where we messed with it last time. Tile's not flowing again. Packed up with dirt. Probably if I had to assume something. So we're going to kind of clean around it here with exact precision and eyeballing. So now I gotta figure out how to get out of here. Use the bucket. Oh yeah, we're fine now. That ought to do that. Do the trick for that though. Had a bunch of mud plugged up in it. Clean this dirt away. Put it over here on top of the terrace. So I'm going to explain to you what the terrace does here. So there's a terrace and I'm sitting on top of it now, and see how it's kind of sloped down the back and sloped down the front. So as water's coming down this incline towards this riser here, you don't want that water to just keep going this way and avoid the riser. So what you do is you put a terrace in, and the terrace helps to for one, slow down the water. Not only slow down the water, but also get it to go that way towards the riser. So then that way it all feeds into the riser. If this terrace wasn't here, on the back side over here, there would just be a bunch of washes. And I know that because that's how it used to be. Terraces are very helpful for farmers. They help to slow down, not only slow down water, but get it to where it needs to go. And yeah, you can actually see right here where our terrace wasn't big enough, or where it didn't go out long enough, and it actually washed out. See that wash right there? See, there's terrace. If we would have dug out a little bit more, we wouldn't have this wash here. That's a big wash, and that looks like it's gonna have to wait a little while before I can fill it in, because yeah. So after working on this in the last video, this tile is obviously working now that we got the one section out that was packed with mud. So we got to get new tile to put in from that end of the trench all the way to that end of the trench, because I hit it once right there and another time right there. So we're gonna do that, and then also I'm gonna put a riser in right there. You can kind of see where the water is coming out of that one wash down into this trench. I'm gonna put a riser in right there and hopefully get that to slow down. So I can't exactly decide what's going on here, but this is not draining any more than this. The only conclusion that I can come to, which I think is what's going on, is the riser is not all the way buried. And as you can see, I'm already sitting in water here. So I don't know, I'm probably gonna have to walk around back on top of that terrace, climb down, and then take a look at and twist around on that riser and see if it's not buried or not. If it's not buried, then what we'll have to do is we'll have to probably bury it, because you do not want that sticking up straight in the air, or you don't want it out, because that's how it gets dirt in it. That could possibly be why we got dirt in it in the first place. So the only way to find out though is to go over there and pull around on it and see what's going on. So I was sitting in water, but now it's drained out, which is a good thing. It looks to me as though we need to put a different style on here of this, that or shorten it. So whenever I was digging around it, I was thinking it was like the T that I was seeing, but it's actually like the extender for this to go from down deep in the ground to the top where that sets in. But what we need to do is we need to cut that black pipe down and make it shorter, so then instead of the water just hitting this one ring here, it'll hit as many of these here as what we can get them to hit. So I'd say what happened is we've dug it out over time, and that's what happened. So, and then you can tell that tile wasn't doing much because of how it's set up probably, but as you can tell, there's like a little drop down this terrace, and then the water was running over the top of it. So I might have to build up that terrace there whenever we get the big excavator over here, build it up, fill that washout in, and then hopefully get that water, instead of going that way, to go that way. Takes a lot of work and a lot of time, but at the end of the day, it's worth it, because you're not losing crop. Now, like right here, you can obviously tell that Dad had to go around this, probably because it was too wet. But for now, I'm gonna put that back in there, because a lot of this water's drained out of here. It's still draining now. I don't know if it pushed it out or what, but it's still draining down in there. You can hear it. And then I'm gonna get this excavator out of here because it's wet and I want to get out of here. Well, I just got home for today, so oh, look at Pup. Yeah, she's a good girl. But anyways, I think that's gonna be all for today's video. Tell me if you like that kind of different, I don't know, me talking with the camera facing out the cab. And yeah, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below with any questions, comments, concerns, and follow the farm Instagram, Facebook page. And I guess we'll see you guys in the next video.